everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Sarah Ann Bale. Today we're doing a play on shepherd's pie. I've got my pan preheated to high. I'm gonna add just a couple tablespoons of olive oil. You can use whatever fat you wanna use because we're gonna sweat down our veggies. I've already pre-chopped my mise en place. I have a whole yellow onion that I've chopped. It's about 1.5 cups worth of chopped onion, and 3 large carrots that I've also chopped. You can do as much or as little as you want. I have about 1.5 cups. We're gonna sweat these guys down. That's the sound we want, the applause. Gotta season every step of the way. We'll give them like 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Our veggies are all sweated down. Our onions are just translucent, so we're gonna add 2 cloves of minced garlic. Give it a stir. And now for our protein. Traditionally, a shepherd's pie is made with lamb, sheep, shepherd. I'm gonna use bison today. I'm from Montana, so it tastes like home to me, and when you're cooking for the holidays, home is a good flavor to be inspired by. Bison is a really great lean red meat, and if you're really craving red meat, but you don't wanna do beef, bison is an amazing convertible option.
Just so you know, it's not buffalo, it's bison.
Bombs away! I'm gonna season my bison, because we want it to be extra delicious. Got about another 1/2 teaspoon salt. One reason I love making shepherd's pie, it is one of the most convertible recipes out there. You can go traditional and do lamb. You could do any plant-based substitute. There's so many great ones out there. They always have names that are like fantastical meat. You'll know them.
Bison is good and lean! To be specific, bison is naturally higher in protein and has only half the fat of beef.
I have a whole chopped tomato here. If you want, you can also do like a couple teaspoons of tomato paste. You can do a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce. I have a fresh tomato, so I'm gonna go fresh. If you want, you can leave the tomato out. It's more for a flavor profile than anything else. I have 1 cup of chicken broth that I added 2 tablespoons of gluten-free flour to. This is the slurry that's gonna thicken our sauce. It's that gravy inside of our pie. Now that our gravy's starting to thicken, I'm gonna turn our heat down to medium-low and add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire. This is just for tastiness. You add whatever flavors make you happy. I have 2 teaspoons of chopped thyme and chopped rosemary, both from my garden. You can do whatever herbs you want. Now we're gonna let this simmer for 5 to 7 minutes just to let our sauce thicken a little bit, and then we're gonna put her in our pie.
Oh, give me a pie with a buffalo! It's bison!
Now it's time to assemble our pie. We're gonna take our filling off the stove. Ooh, holy moly. We're gonna finish our filling with some fresh cracked pepper. I like a lot, but do at least a teaspoon. A little rosemary and thyme. It's like a garden in our pie. Since this is bison, it's like a ranger's pie. If you do beef, it's a rancher's pie. There's also a sailor's pie if you wanna go pescatarian, gardener's pie if you wanna go vegan. I'm gonna add a bag of frozen peas. You could also do fresh peas if they're in season where you are. I'm putting these in now when they're off the heat so our peas stay bright green and they don't overcook in the oven. The frozen pea also is gonna hold on to quite a bit of moisture as it bakes, so we're gonna have a nice, tender, juicy pie. Peas are meant to be green. If your peas end up brown, they are overcooked. Please, please, please do not overcook your peas. Peas and thank you. Time to assemble. Oh, yes. Give her a good spread. You want a nice flat surface so we can top it with potatoes. I have some leftover mashed potatoes, which is the best thing to top your shepherd's pie with. You could do this paleo and do a sweet potato or plantains on a pork pie. Ooh, yes, get creative and take ownership of what you eat. It's your body, it's precious. If you can, spread it all the way to the edge to seal in all those juices. It'll always depend on your meat and potato ratio. And there's rosemary in our potatoes and rosemary in our pie. Yes. Now it's time to bake. We're gonna bake this in 400-degree oven for like 25 minutes just to get those potatoes on top nice and crispy. Luckily, our filling is already cooked, so we just need this to be nice and hot to cook down and marry those flavors all together. It's been about 25 minutes, so we're gonna take her out of the oven. Wow. I'm gonna let this cool and then I'm gonna share it with some loved ones. I hope you do the same or have a day to yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week with a new diet-free recipe.